right, everybody, back with a brand new Cabral HouseCall. Yes, we are still in the hotel room traveling for a brand new interview-based series. More details on that coming soon, but excited to get into today's Cabral HouseCall, where we're going to be going through 5 to 6 of our community's questions, just like we did yesterday. If you'd like to follow along with today's questions, feel free. Head on over to stephencabral.com/2928. That is where all the questions will be. All right, let's get right into it. I just opened the document. So many great questions, of course, have come in. We're going to get to as many as possible right now. First one is from Lisa, all things wellness, weight gain, weight loss, body transformation, anti-aging. Let's see what Lisa has to say. Hello again, Dr. Cabral. In addition to having megastomach in colon along with LIMO, which, just by the way, for anybody who doesn't know what that means, or you didn't listen to yesterday's show with Lisa, that is lower intestinal microbial overgrowth. It says that she also has an IPMN branch cyst on my pancreas, which has not changed in the last 6 months, so it will be monitored annually. I am not sure if this is attributed to my condition, but I do take digestive enzymes along with HCl with each meal. I'm not sure if I'm taking enough, but what I can afford. My GI doctors have been stumped by my condition, but did offer antibiotics for my overgrowth, which I am considering because my insurance will cover it and I'm out of money. What would you do if you had these conditions? Okay, so I answered yesterday's questions on the CBO protocol and the different issues. So basically, I was very specifically said to run that bacterial and parasite stool test. Really important. Even if you need to save for that, that's what I would do. It comes with a full plan. So I need data. That is how I operate, meaning that I want to give people the answers that they wish that they had and they wish they had years ago. And so they don't have to guess anymore. And so that's what I hope to bring to the world is at-home lab testing that's kept private, not shared with your doctors, not unless you wanted to, not shared with health insurance, not shared with anybody. It's just yours. It's your information. Equalife has it. The lab has it. That's it. It's private. And so, but let's talk about the IPMN. So this is a non-cancerous, essentially cyst or tumor that can grow in the pancreas that can, and not always, but can lead to cancer. It's somewhere around 11% or so. So again, like the odds aren't necessarily super high, but we obviously want to do what you did, which is most likely run an MRI on that abdomen. So that's what I would do. You're going to monitor that, as you just said, 6 months or every 12 months, whatever your doctors recommend. There are certain protocols that you can do, but not necessarily because it's not necessarily cancer. So what are we looking to do? We are always in these particular instances, and it's better that it's branch duct. Again, I have to give you my disclaimer now. I can't provide any medical advice, medical diagnosis, medical cures, or medical treatments, but I have studied cancer quite a bit. I'm still waiting because I like to do things the right way and properly. And I want to give people a lot of resources. And so I want to be helpful. I've studied pancreatic cancer and IPMNs quite a bit. And so better that it's branch duct. And I don't know, you didn't say if it was in the tail, the head, or the body. But again, I don't want to say like, oh, these are ideal, but better that it's branch duct and that it hasn't grown. That's what we're looking for, right? Trying to keep it under 2 centimeters and making sure that it doesn't grow. Okay, so that's that. The digestive enzymes, great. Keeping the blood sugar overall balanced. But again, it's not that you can't eat carbohydrates, not overdoing fat intake, which by the way, taxes the pancreas as well. Not overeating, being careful with alcohol, being careful with high levels of the saturated fats, maybe even using things like pancreatic enzymes, which is, in addition to the digestive, is the trypsin and chymosin, or chymosin, however you like to pronounce it, can often be helpful. But overall, balancing the entire body, like that's really what it's about. Doing your functional medicine detoxes, balancing where there's inflammation, removing heavy metals, doing all of those things that you need to do. All right. Anonymous is up next. Hello, I'm currently taking the pill form of birth control. I plan to come off of the birth control in about 6 months. I plan to test my hormones at that point to start rebalancing. I also would like to do the CBO protocol due to the excessive gas and bloating I've experienced for several years now. I'm wondering if it would be a good idea to do the CBO protocol while still on birth control, or should I wait until I come off of it? I know the birth control can have negative effects on my gut, so I don't want to slow my gut healing by doing it while still on birth control. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. You plan to come off in 6 months. Got it. Well, what I would do is this. You wrote in 2 months ago, and about that, let's say, yeah, about 2 months ago. So what I'd like to say is this. Again, I can't give any medical advice, but I do agree with you that birth control can affect your digestive system. There's no doubt about that. However, if your digestive issues started before birth control, then it's most likely not the birth control specifically. What I may recommend to you is that 2 months before you're getting off birth control, you begin the 3-month CBO protocol. And then you finish with that CBO finisher. That's essentially what I'd recommend. And then you can have the best of all worlds, because by that 3rd month, you're already off of birth control. You're putting in the finishing touches with month 3, and then you're doing the heal and seal with the CBO finisher. So yeah, that's what I would do. You're only waiting another essentially 4 to 6 weeks to start. Okay, Lindsay's up next. Hello, I love today's episode on rice. I eat a lot of Banza. It's a chickpea rice. What are your thoughts on this? All right, you put in the link, and I almost never can click on the link because the truth is I want to be able to get through as many questions as possible. But you put it in, and I can't help but actually want to figure out what chickpea rice is. All right, so clicking on the link right now, it's taking me to the Banza page. And let's see what Banza is all about. All right, it is rice made from chickpeas. Okay, what are the ingredients? Chickpeas, potato starch, xanthan gum, olive oil, garlic extract, thyme extract, sea salt, garlic, yeast extract, parsley, onion. Okay, so I'm looking on the packaging, scrolling through the images. All right, there's the non-GMO. Excellent. Whenever you see potato starch, you need to be a little bit leery of seeing potato starch. It can be a name for multiple other things. So I don't want to get too deep into that right now, but it says non-GMO, so we know it's not genetically modified. That's a good thing. The only issue with this is that none of it's organic, so I don't know about the pesticide levels. It is gluten-free, so that's good. And yeah, I mean, I would really love, because I don't even know like the quality of the olive oil. Let me give you the nutritional supplement facts. All right, so for 1.8 ounces, I'm assuming you're eating a whole lot more than 1.8 ounces, but there's 4 servings. It's 170 calories per serving, 3 grams of fat, 29 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fiber, which is excellent, and 11 grams of protein. So pretty excellent. So let's say you're eating 2 servings. You're at about 6 grams fat. You are at about 60 grams carbs, 10 grams fiber. That's pretty great. And 22 grams of protein. So I like that for the most part. I would just wish, and I know it would cost a lot more, so I understand why companies do this. I totally get it. But I don't love seeing the xanthan gum there. I don't love seeing the potato starch, but they have to give it some type of thickening effect to get the herbs and stuff to stick. So I understand why they're doing it. Yeah, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. That's all I have to say. It looks delicious, but not my favorite. All right, in terms of ingredients, that's all. So it's like all good ingredients if you can kind of make it yourself, but I don't love the extra things that are added to it. And so unfortunately, I can't give it my this is amazing seal of approval. But it's not terrible. It's not organic olive oil. You don't know where that olive oil is sourced. Probably high levels of omega-6s in there. There's some different gums in there and starches. But every once in a while, yeah, probably not a problem. Probably not a problem. All right. Next question is from Lewis. And again, I always have to give you my unbiased perspective. It's my perspective on these things. You might have a different one, and that's okay. Like, that's totally fine as well. You may love it, and it might be a better choice for you, and I totally get that. So yeah, we'll go with that. All right. Lewis is up. Hi, Dr. Cabral. Do you have any thoughts on monoatomic gold? How about colloidal silver as a daily mouthwash? Thanks. Okay, so I've studied a lot about ionic gold and gold in general with Ayurvedic medicine and ancient Ayurveda. It's very infrequently used now. When I was over in India, they had a couple of treatments using gold. There are certain specific times that you may use it. For everyday use, I do not recommend it. It is a neurotoxin when taken at a larger amount. And I'm a little bit, as I said, weary or leery of products containing gold right now as well. Ingestible, right? If you're using this as a mouthwash, maybe, but probably not. And that's because you recommended another product, which I think would serve you better, and that is colloidal silver. So colloidal silver, I would have no issue with as a daily mouthwash. It's antimicrobial. It is antipathogenic and antibacterial. I think it could be a good use. I much prefer a sesame oil pull, or even a coconut oil pull, but I have no problem with the colloidal silver. I really don't at all. And so, yeah, if you enjoy that, keep on keeping on. Just look for like a nanoparticle, like a Sovereign Silver or a brand like that. You'll see my favorite brand at stephencabral.com/resources. All right. Jessica's up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. I've learned so much from you. Thank you for all you do to empower so many people. Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate that. My question is on melatonin. I know you've done many episodes on melatonin that are generally a proponent of its usage in moderate amounts. I typically take 2 to 3 milligrams per night, but there are a lot of people in the health space who do not think taking melatonin is a good idea. I hear them usually say something about it being a hormone and not wanting to introduce external hormones to the body if you can help it. But I've always found their rationale to be vague. I know you've done so much research on melatonin. Could you articulate the Steelman argument for why taking 1 to 5 milligrams of melatonin every night may not be a good idea? Okay, so you're asking me to steelman an argument for why taking melatonin every night may not be a good idea. And I can't steelman that because I think for many people, especially over the age of 40 to 50, would get great benefit from taking melatonin, like a non-groggy variation at a low dose, because it is a powerful antioxidant. It is a powerful antiviral. It's a powerful immune booster, and it is a powerful potential anti-cancer cell scavenger, because it helps boost the immune system. It is also amazing for people to get in deeper levels of deep sleep, which happens predominantly in the first half of the night. It can be very helpful with then getting into REM, which can be helpful for dementia and Alzheimer's later in life. It helps to reduce oxidative stress and free radicals. Really powerful. And so it's definitely a top nutritional supplement. Top 10? No. But is it a top 1? Sure. But, you know, what I would say is it's if you need it. Meaning, like, if you track your sleep scores, and you're getting less than an hour of deep sleep, and you're getting less than 2 hours really of REM sleep, like that's the minimum, and at least an hour and a half of REM, then you may need it. If you take a bedtime cortisol test or a stress, mood, and metabolism test, and you see evening cortisol elevated, yeah, you can work on meditation, you can work on all sorts of things, but why not use a little melatonin to help reduce the evening cortisol along with something like the adrenal soothe and magnesium? So it is a hormone, but it's not a sex hormone, meaning like, so is vitamin D. Oh, well, vitamin D acts like a hormone in the body. It's a vitamin, yes, but it acts like a hormone, synthesized very specifically by the liver and other parts of your body like a hormone. It helps with hormone synthesis in other parts of the body as well. If you are low on serotonin and you move more towards depression or even autoimmune, well, melatonin's been shown to be really helpful. So, there's a lot of people out there who make blanket statements, but they don't look at bioindividuality. I would never use melatonin with someone who has great sleep, because why? Why would I do that? I don't need that, right? But would I use it with someone with acid reflux? Yeah, it's been shown to work, right? Like scientifically, I can show you that it works with that. Autoimmune issues? Yes, I would use it with that too. So again, I can't provide medical advice, but here's a couple podcasts that would help you with this. Episode 2587 and episode 2694, and it contains the research as well. So just go to stephencabral.com, /2587 and then /2694. And that should be that. But again, my job is not to convince the world of anything. It is to put the education from an unbiased perspective into the world for those people at that moment in time that connect with it. I hope that it can begin to help them change their life for the better. But if they're not ready to receive the information or they believe something to be different, that's okay too. But what you'll never hear me do is kind of like go back and forth with people, because most people have their minds made up, and that's okay. That's all right. I'm here to help people that want to keep an open mind. All right. Let's see. Did we do our 5 questions minimum? We got Lisa, Anonymous, Lindsay, Lewis, and Jessica. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So that is it for today's show. I mean, the time flies. Honestly, I love answering your questions. I've made a commitment to our community, keep the podcast around 15 minutes each and every day, so that hopefully you can tune in on a daily basis, learn just a little bit more, because it's never about one thought, one idea, one article, one book, or one podcast. It's the accumulation of this knowledge and the network effect by connecting all of the ideas over time. So hopefully this was helpful. I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed to the show, we would love you to do so. Of course, review the show as well on your favorite podcast player. And I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new Mindset and Motivation Monday back in the home office. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.